Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Some horses just get in your heart, and that's certainly what Sir Sidney did for trainer Danny Velazquez. He was always a part of his barn, and our very own Bruce Casella has this great story for you.
Sometimes in life, a person, place, or thing can make all the difference. For Parks trainer Danny Velazquez, that thing was a horse named Sir Sidney.
16th out, Sir Sidney, 2.5, almost 3, and it will be Sir Sidney coast to coast.
He was a horse that I enjoyed training. He had a big personality in the barn, just a war horse.
For some trainers, success or failure is a week-to-week endeavor, especially when you're first starting out. Velazquez, the son of a Parks Hall of Famer, Freddie Velazquez, knew training horses was his future. But could he win enough to feed his family?
I would worry about payroll, I would worry about the feed bills, I would worry about just random, home bills. I think I just might have had my daughter at the time. And he always came through, whether it was winning or seconds or thirds, and that's picking up a check. And I always said he was my little ATM. Every time I needed a little bump, I would run him and he would come through for me. And he really pulled me out of some dark places, financially, spiritually. I felt really, really bonded to him.
Sir Sidney was a claiming horse, so he could be taken away to a new barn after any race by another trainer. That was the case in 2018.
It stinks, obviously, because you don't want to lose your horses. But I always made sure I had him in my virtual stable, always kind of followed his career. And once I saw that he was kind of at the end of the road, I made the decision of trying to buy him privately and retiring him. So I literally wrote the check out, gave it to the guy, turned around and put him and turned him for home. I saw pictures of him online and I freaked out. I was like, that's my war horse. I love him,
Lift your shoulders.
This is Sir Sidney now, thriving off the racetrack and working in his second career, helping young equestrians learn to ride in Macon, Georgia.
I am Sir Sidney's new owner. I call him Jonas. I bought him a couple of years ago. I found him with our trainer, Aubrey Graham. Shout out Kiwi Sport Horses and Aubrey Graham. She's fantastic. She helped ultimately connect us and made sure that he was a really good fit for me. These days we do some low-level eventing and we have goals to go to our first dressage shows this year. So he is very well loved and cared for, and he will stay here forever.
That just goes to show you that once a horse leaves the racetrack, that they can find other careers and unwind and really just fall into another life. And I'm very proud of him. I see that he's helping little girls learn how to ride. I see that he's doing jumps. I see that he just looks great, and his new owners absolutely love him. I spoke to him and they're in love with him. So that's like the reason why I retired him. You don't always get that happy ending, but I'm glad we did, and it's awesome to see. And the program works great.
Good. And then from your lower leg to your knee, to your thigh.
A job well done by all. Turning for home for helping Sir Sidney find a new place to thrive. Marilyn Kilchrist from Morgan View Farm for giving him a new home and a second career. And of course our trainer, Danny Velazquez. We're appreciating how important this thoroughbred is and always will be to the Velazquez family. Bruce Casella for Let's Go Racing.
I know Turning for Home is really proud to be a part of this, and Danny Velazquez, just a horse that really got his career started, was always good to him, and a horse he'll never forget, that's for sure.
No question.